Hello everyone, Judy from Blue and Mia Furniture Flipping here. I am so excited to share this flip with you guys. This is my first full-length YouTube video. I'm learning a lot, so bear with me. This is the nightstand I'll be working on this flip. As you can see, there are two pieces of wood in the top drawer. There's supposed to be a tray that lays across, and I know this because I have this nightstand. And the tray just did not come with the nightstand. So I'll show you what I do to fix that in the future. But first, we need to deal with the stickers. I'm going to use some Goo Gone to try and remove the stickers the best I can. And as you can see, I just took a metal putty knife, and in the future I think I'll use a plastic one just so that I don't accidentally scrape the top. But as I was removing the stickers, I discovered this bubble spot where there was a scratch and some water or liquid got underneath the top coating and bubbled the substrate. So next I'm going to go ahead and clean using Zep, but really I've been told any degreaser will do. I've used Dawn in the past with success, and now I'm just removing the drawers to make everything a little bit easier to clean, and then to sand and paint. So now I'm going to remove the hardware. I had removed the hardware once before to paint it gold. I used some spray paint. But now I'm removing the hardware for the refinishing process. I'm just cleaning in the insides. Now, as you can see, these pieces of wood, I decided to go ahead and remove them. I did include them with the piece when I sent it to its new home. So if the person wants to try and find something to fit on top of it, they're welcome to. I also included some of the, this is my fancy screwdriver that I absolutely adore. It's a double drive. So even if you are ratcheting backwards, it's still moving in the direction that you want it to move. So and here I'm just removing the fronts of the drawers to make it a little bit easier to refinish. Removing the screws again just to make it a little bit easier to sand. So we want to do a scuff sand to make sure that your primer sticks well, because if your primer sticks well, your paint will stick well. And here I go, I'm all geared up. It's really important that you use protective gear. You don't want to inhale the particles of whatever this is made of. Even if it's just made out of wood, it's not good for those things to get into your lungs. And here I'm just sanding that little bump flat. It's not a huge deal as I'm going to be painting, so I can patch that up and make it real good for the primer and the paint. and it turned out very flat. So now I'm going to be using some quick wood to fill the holes from those pieces of wood that I removed, as well as to put some over where I sanded down into the underwood. So this is an epoxy type product. It's got 2 parts, and you just cut the amount that you want and mix it together. Now, you're supposed to wear gloves. I haven't found gloves that have made me happy. So I don't know how often I'll use this before I find gloves that work well. But as you can see, I'm just adding little bits to those holes and then just adding some to the top of this. And now we're going to sand this down. I don't usually wear dress clothes to work, but I was just doing a little sanding before I went to church, so and then I sanded too much, so I'm going to be using Bondo's glazing and glazing putty. So I just put a little bit on and then use a special plastic spreader. I'm going to take care of that right now. So here I am continuing to sand. There is a lot of sanding involved in refinishing and painting a piece. You want to make sure you get every little bit of whatever you think is going to make the primer and paint not stick well. So and now I'm just cleaning off with a shop rag all of the dust and debris that got kicked up with the sanding. Once you're done sanding, you want to make sure that you have a clean surface for your primer. So now I'm going over everything one more time with the tack cloth. It's a little bit sticky, and so it'll get all of those super fine pieces and debris off the area that I'm trying to sand. Or prime and paint. So it wasn't quite good enough. So I went over it one more time, and then I'll let it dry and resand it. So here I am scuff sanding the sides. I have two different sanders. One is a detail sander that uses quarter sheet, and the other is a 5-inch random orbital. And then I'm just using the tack cloth again. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use Ben Primer. I thought it was a shellac based primer, but when I was looking it over, it's a shellac alternative primer. It's still a really, really, really good brand, and I haven't had any problems with it so far. So I'm just going to keep using it until I run out, and then I'll try and get the right kind of primer next time. And there were just some spots that needed a little extra love before I got started. And now I'll be getting the first coat of paint. I used zebra brushes for this and I was really happy with them, so I think I'll continue using that brand. And I did prop it up on 4 containers of leftover paint or new paint, just to get it off the floor and make it easier to do all this. And now I'm just rolling it on. And I used a velour roller, but you'll see that eventually I am not happy with the results of it. And now I'm just sanding. You want to sand in between your coats, just a light sand, but I think you want to sand a little more than I sanded, and I'll show you why in a little bit. So here I am doing a second coat. So as you can see, my roller left a really bad orange peel texture. So I went ahead and sanded it down a lot and repainted it a couple times. Here I am refreshing the inside of the drawers and making them smell just really nice. And here's the finished product. Enjoy!